Hey everyone, Turf Teacher here. Just wanted to get started with site plan drafting for irrigation contractors. Go ahead and print off your site plan drafting lab. It is 3 pages. And as you can see, it explains to you everything that we're going to do. First thing we're going to do is we're going to lay out our trash paper. Now, you do not have to draw this during this exercise, but you will sketch on this 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, take a picture of it and upload it to the website. Very simple to do this. But what you're going to do is you're going to watch me blow this drawing up from a survey. Remember, surveys used to be done on properties when you bought them. You no longer have to do that anymore. But we're going to draw this even with the setbacks. And we're going to come in here and we're going to add 2 deciduous trees, 1 evergreen tree, 1 deciduous shrub mass of 5, an evergreen shrub mass of 3, a specimen plant of 1. And then on the ground plane, you're going to add turf, some ground cover, asphalt, deck, paths, walk. With the asphalt, I'm okay if it's concrete, but you're going to label plants, do a plant list, discussed. We'll show kind of where to put that. Make sure your leader lines point all in the same direction. And then we're going to do an irrigation design with it using turf and landscape irrigation best management practices. So you'll want to print that out, read it as well as you do your site plan. Now, what I'm going to do, since I want this drawing to be portrait, which means the 18 side should be at the bottom or the right, and then the 24 inches is going to be the vertical going up. So I'm actually going to draw the project standing on the side of the drafting table instead of in the middle. So you may want to flip the video to actually watch it. But we've got our 18 by 24. You can use a pencil. Again, I use Papermate a lot and Pentel sign pen. These things have not changed since I was at D school back in the 90s. So 30 years, these Pentel sign pens still look the same. Or if you want to use a pencil, I've got a 7-point here, Rotring or whatever. It's a Rapid Pro 0.7. I go to a lot of events and seminars on design, so I'm always looking at the cool types of pencils and stuff that we can use. But we've got our triangle, T-square, and we are doing this project 1 inch equals 10. 1 inch equals 10 is how I'm going to draw it. And so I may need my glasses, so I'm gonna go ahead and have them set in here in case I need it. Now, so you're gonna go ahead and print off this. And the one thing that I would get started with first, like we don't know how or where this is gonna fit on the paper. So all I know is that my house dimensions are really easy. So I'm actually going to draw the deck first. And a lot of people are like, why are you going to draw the deck first? Well, because I know it's 16 by 8. And so I'm going to get in here and I'm going to draw a 16 by 8 deck. So there's my 0. I know I'm going to be 16. So I'm just going to kind of draw that line. I drew it a little bit big. That's okay. I know that the deck is 8. So there's my 5, 2, 3, 8. Again, guys, we don't have to be perfect on drawing this right away. I can still see my little double check, make sure Then I'm at 16. And that is right to that point. There is my 16 by 8 deck. And I know that is perfect. I know that I am doing this. So what I want to do next is I want to go ahead and draw the house. Well, I know off of the deck, my house is 38 feet. So I'm at 10 scale, remember? So 38, 35, 36, 37, 38. I know I'm 12.6. This is when I probably need to get my little glasses out. And that's okay. Then we're going to come down 6. As you can see, we're not blowing it up that much bigger. If I'd have taken this up to 1/8 scale or 1/4 scale, it's going to be just a little bit too big to fit on my vellum. But I did 6 feet here. We're going to do 21.6. 21. Bingo. There's my 21.6 inches. We have 6 feet. We have 12.6. And we have 38 feet. Now, totally across the back is 34. And bingo, that lines up perfectly. There is the house blown up with the deck. Now, we got our driveway, so I'm just going to go ahead and extend the driveway on down. Again, you may want to do this in pencil. You can do it in Sharpie, however you want. And the easiest thing next is we're looking at these dimensions right here. So we're going to come over 11.6, and we're going to come down 45.6. So 45, half of it. We're coming over 11.6. I'm just going to make this line super big all the way across, but I know that my property line is a 90-degree angle here. So what we drew right here is here. It is 90 degrees. We're going to come over 55 at the bottom. And from here to here is 140.6. well, we're at 120. 120, so we're going to come up 20.6 from that line. Now, we know that we're 55 at the bottom, but from here over, we've got to measure over 65. Which gives us our angle. So we can see that that property line over here is not all the way. Now, this is a guideline, so we've got to measure from here 148 feet to give us that back property line. And I know I'm all around the table, so please bear with me as you watch me draw this. So there's 120, and so we got to go to 148. So we need to add another 28 to it. And here is that back property line. Easy enough, guys. You hear me talk about drawing surveys fairly quick. You've got to get into the habit of doing that. I mean, we're at what? 12 minutes, 13 minutes, and we've already taken a site plan like this and blew it up on trash paper. So the next thing we got to do is just kind of do our utilities. So we got a 5 foot and we got a 25 foot setback. And basically I'm going to just kind of measure these in, you know. We got it on that first. So we've got, and I do not have an S curve with me. I wish I did. There may be one floating around here in the studio, but I'm not gonna try to dig it out. Well, I do. And I have a French curve. So that first one, guys, very, very not as detailed. And then we're coming up, what, 5 and 25? So we're doing that, but we can do this very easily with the French curve. Just gotta get it to where you want it. As long as you get it in here. And I shouldn't have measured it up like that. It should be from the actual center. So we're gonna double check that. Yep, right in the middle. It's kind of where we need to be, and then taper it off on the sides. This is for our reference. When we blow this up and we do our design, we're not gonna have those on there anyway. So next, I need to get a sheet of paper, and we're gonna put this on vellum. So give me 1 second to get that prepared. Got to cut the sheet in half, because we'll get our 24 by 36 vellum here in the studio. And we'll have to put our border on it. So as I'm doing that, you can go back and kind of review, or just hang out with me. But I'm just cutting a 24 by 36 in half. We do that just to save money. But I want to go ahead and do my borders really quick. So we're going to do 1/4 inch border, 3 inch title block. Appreciate everyone being patient with this, but I want to show you how the whole project goes and how quickly, guys, you get a survey or you print off geodata, how quickly we can blow up the site plan and have a nice big drawing that we can design on, do our record drawings. This is fun. Again, I let mine cross a little bit. Gives it its unique design. Do the short sides first. Doesn't really matter, but it does make for better drawing. And sometimes you might have to go back and do a little touch up. Then we're going to have a 3 inch border. We're going to put it at the bottom since this is a portrait drawing, which means shorter side has the title block. Down here is where you put client's name, your irrigation stamp, North Carolina licensed irrigation. Now, I'm gonna center this up for us and draw it. But you may want to do it like this, so you can put your title block. And actually, let's do that. So we can have our plant list right here. We can have some information about our irrigation system. So I'm going to go ahead and center it up like that. Get her traced. Hope to see you guys at Green and Growing. If you're there, look us up. We've got a booth, Turfs Up Radio. We'll be broadcasting live from the education events as well as Marketplace. And I am fortunate enough that Nursery Association has asked me to do 2 presentations on pesticides. So we're going to be talking about the safety of pesticides, and then we're going to be doing natural pest controls, one of my favorite topics. So guys, easy enough now. We're going to come in. I'm going to draw all of my house lines first, and I'm going to do my vertical. So that's going to be a thicker line. So the deck's going to be a little bit smaller. So I'm going to grab my Pentel sign pen. We're going to do a little bit thicker for the house. Remember, I'm drawing all my horizontal lines first to eliminate smudging. Then I can grab my triangle after all this dries. If you saw the last video, I still had ink all over my hand from the last one. But the deck is smaller than the house. And there is the house. And go ahead and pop in the driveway after that drive. Now, there's going to be certain things that I'm not going to put on the vellum that was on the trash paper. And I'll show you here in a second. Drawing my driveway to the property line. But I don't need these guidelines. I don't. Why, Eric? Why? We just don't. It's the way it goes. Now, these property lines, they need to be dashed, okay? And we're going to do that. So just like in the other classes, if you took it, you'll see why we do this. It just looks a lot better. Takes a lot of time. I kind of like doing that a little bit better with the triangle. I can see just a tad bit better. And there we go. And notice I left the driveway open. And then we're going to do it on both sides, ladies and gentlemen. And I know this takes a while. It's just part of it. And you'll see a picture of this on Moodle. Hope everybody is ready for Christmas, as we're recording this on December 17th. I've had these courses approved quite a while, but it's just taken me forever to get time in the studio to draft it. My wife had surgery 2 weeks ago, and she is still fighting the soreness and the pain. And she wanted to get it all done before Christmas, and we did. But she is a big help for me in the office, and we just didn't have her there. People usually ask, why do you do all this by hand? Well, guys, for what we do in the irrigation, this is very sufficient. You don't need the fancy AutoCADs to do that. It's basically doing record drawings, doing a simple landscape design. We can get it done. And it's efficient, inexpensive, and you need to know how to do it. You need to know how to do it. We don't need this guideline at all, so we're going to do our property line that way. So I should have extended just a little bit here, and we did. And we've got one more long side to go, but we'll have this drawing fixed up. We're going to have a picture of it. It's going to be on Moodle for you. It's going to look really good. But remember, you are not drawing. You will be doing a little preliminary design, actually on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper that you would take a snapshot of with your phone, email it to yourself, and then download it. We try to make these courses, guys, a little more entertaining instead of just watching a lecture on irrigation pump sizing, stuff like that. I want you to be able to produce a drawing for your clients, and since it is state law that we do record drawing, we make it happen. But if you're going to be at Green and Grow, just note that Jennifer and I will be there at the Turf's Up Radio booth. We've got a booth at the education event and at Marketplace. So actually, we'll be in the booth with North Carolina Nursery Association. They want us to interview individuals like yourself that are coming through the trade show, the Marketplace. So we are really looking forward to that. Cannot wait. I'm trying to stay out of the camera view for you guys so you don't see the top of my hat. Oops, got a little carried away there. It's okay. Not noticeable. But on our morning show on Turf Step Radio, Jennifer, my wife, and I, we interview top celebrities like Dr. Ron Sneed, you know, who we consider to be the father of irrigation here in North Carolina. We interviewed him at Waterpalooza, and what an honor it was to have him on the show. And to hear his story of how he got started in irrigation. Being hired by NC State right out of the Army, right off active duty. So that's what we get to do, guys. And we want you to join us. Again, little smudge marks. I can clean that up with the blue eraser. Well, Eric, what's a blue eraser? It will help you get rid of marks from a marker on paper and Mylar. But we've almost got this done, guys. And then you're going to see an example of previous students' work in studio. Your quiz for this course comes directly from the actual test. Like the quiz comes from the papers that you print off and ask you good questions about the actual site plan. All right, and there we have it. We have plenty of room over here for our plant list, for our irrigation information that we're going to have. We've got title block down here that we can put our irrigation stamp, client's information, and our office information with the date and the scale. So that's how you draw this site plan and give it ready and have your record drawing for your client and for yourself. This is easily photographable. You can take it to a FedEx, Kinko's, or a blueprint shop and copy it. You can file it that way. You can take pictures with your instructions. And you would do 2 individual deciduous trees, 1 evergreen tree, deciduous shrub, massing of 5, evergreen shrubs, mass of 5, specimen plant 1, the ground plane, do some turf, ground cover, the deck, paths, walk, and there is a picture on Moodle of a prior student doing that. So this wraps up me showing you how to do the site plan. You will not actually have to draw this site plan. You will actually have one just like this that you will do your sketching on, putting in your plants, and then laying out an irrigation system. And then you will take a picture of it with your phone, just like this, and upload it to the website. Once that's uploaded to the website, you'll be able to take the quiz. You'll be able to download your proof of attendance. But you do have to mark on this sheet where you would put your sprinklers and then place those shrubs around. So anyway, guys, thank you so much. My name is Eric Jones, better known as the Turf Teacher, and I will see you in the next lecture.